Okay, sweet. So service delivery, right? Is a pretty easy concept though. People really overcomplicate it. Let me just start with just explaining what the fundamentals are first. Because when it comes to service delivery, it's basically setting the expectations with your client. If you set the expectations right, that equals success. That's it. If you have a bad relationship with someone, and this is even outside of business as well, is because you don't know what to expect from them and what to expect from them and what they would actually need to be happy or to do their part. It's the same thing in business because business is just relationships, right? At the end of the day. I had this guy today. His name is Ismail. If he's going to watch this, shout out to him. And he told me like, yeah, my client doesn't trust me. He doesn't want me to log in into a specific software to send emails, right? I think it was ConvertKit or something to send emails from. He said, yeah, just send me the copy and I will send the emails myself, right? And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. What is this, man? He said, yeah, he doesn't trust me, this and that. Whining to me. I'm like, bro, the guy is 17, okay? He's 17. And of course, like the client can leverage that to not really respect him in a way, right? And everyone, everyone that's just starting out a business struggles with that. We can't do that though. We don't play around with that, right? So the mistake that people make and what they won't teach you in courses and stuff is that you need to stand on business, right? That's first. You can't be out leveraged. Otherwise, you will be out leveraged every single time by every single client. They will just push you around, this and that, let you show you every single corner of the room. Boom, no, we do this, we do that. They will jump into the ad account. They will change things on the funnel. They will start writing the emails themselves. You always set the expectations right. Or when they do something out of pocket, you reset the expectations. You don't do that through text. You don't do that on a quick call. No, 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 no. Call them or text them to hop on a meeting, and then you discuss. And you always, when you communicate, you always want to, when you want your clients to do something, you always make sure that they have the same beliefs and perspective as you have. And you do that by telling stories or telling analogies. And you explain it to them in a way where it's always in their benefit to do what you say, right? And the easiest way to do that is with explaining the goals, right? And always using the goals in your conversations. Now, this specific guy, Ismail, he was like, yeah, what should I do now? And I was like, bro, first of all, you need to reset the expectations. You need to tell them, hey, Mr. Klein, can we jump on a call right quick? Because there are some things that I need clarity on so that we can move forward, right? Okay, urgent. Okay, boom, hop on the call. Now that he hops on the call, you tell him, Mr. Klein, okay, we have this goal of hitting 100K a month. That was his objective for that specific client, and he would make 15 grand off of that client, okay? And I told him to say exactly this, man, like I'm here to make sure that we get to that 100K a month. You hired me to come do the job, right? Yes. Okay, then I need you to be fully on board because my best deals, right? My clients are fully transparent and They trust me 100% to do the job. That's why you hire me. There is no relationship, there is no business partnership, there's no partnership at all without trust, right? Goes for every single human interaction and relationship. So I need you to trust me. Otherwise, it will be hard and we can move forward. So his willingness to walk away and explaining this with the outcome being like the same outcome as his. So we're doing this, right? But if he's blocking you from helping you get to that goal faster, it's hard. But you have to let him see that. Like, hey, like I need to be on board fully. You need to have me on board fully for me to cook. You have to let me cook, right? To be able to proceed. Now, I told him that, and I also told him, which is extremely important, you need to always reveal your intentions and your own motives. Because with every single relationship, if people are just like, okay, why are you hiding your own motives? Why are you hiding your own intentions? Like they won't trust you as much. I told him exactly to say this. You tell him, for me, in order to hit my goal as well, because I want to get paid 15 grand off of this relationship, he gets a 15% rev share and a flat fee, right? I need to be able to go through hell and back on this offer and do whatever needs to be done. And you need me, I need you to help me with that and give me access to everything I need to complete my work. So I can get my 15 grand, right? That's what I need for my goal, and you can get your 100 grand. Does that sound fair? You always use the word fair, right? Keynote there. Always use the word fair. Now, by doing this, what happens? Is like you're showing him that there is an ultimatum, okay? We want their money. This is the principle. We will love their money, always, always, always. But we don't need their money. So we don't want to be desperate. Got this from a lesson from Art of the Deal from Donald Trump. Always have the option to walk away and show them that you can walk away as well. That's the power that you have. That's the leverage. Otherwise, you will always be over leveraged by people 24/7. And you need to have that energy. I told him, like, hey, you can't talk to clients just like that. No, you need to have that demanding aura around you. I wanted him to behave completely different because he had this. I was talking to him on a call, and he's just a nice guy. But being nice, you won't win. Eh? Clients will walk right over you, do whatever. You have to have your boundaries. You have to be willing to walk away, being able to walk away. And also, you need to have the demanding behavior, you know? You need to have that behavior. Now, this is an important character trait that you need to have as a business person because and you need to expect as well that most business owners, they are control freaks. So you will have this conversation at 100%, right? So you need to know how to navigate through that. Now, why am I telling this story? Is because we don't want to have this conversation in the middle of us like doing service delivery. No, the mistake that he made was not setting the expectations right at start and telling him, hey, okay, for us to get to the 100 grand, I would need this, 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 and this, and this. Like these are the boundaries. This is the communication that we will have. We will have weekly reports. Like if you text me, like I will react max after 4 hours, right? Like I'll always react. I always look at my phone. This is the platforms. You can't call me. This and that out of blue. No, 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 no. Like always text, and then we have the calls, and you set the expectations right. The ads manager, please, like that's me. You have to let me cook. I'm doing that. I need access to this account, this account, this account, this account as an admin. I'm writing the emails. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I do my part. I'm the expert. You do your part. Okay. And together we will make this happen. Does that sound fair? Yes. Okay. Expectations are clear. And see how I demonstrated that demanding behavior. That's what you need to have, right? Like Milky. Milky has the auntie behavior. She has the auntie energy. But hey, important though. Very important. And you might think that, man, no, I've always been nice and sweet and all of that. Hey, let that go. Like you won't make any money. And they should feel that energy, even on the sales call, before they even become a client. They need to understand that, okay, I'm dealing with someone that just knows what he's talking about and has that energy as well. So it's all about like perception almost. Like you can be a nice person. I'm sure you guys are both super nice. I'm a nice guy as well. But when it comes to money and expected, no, I don't blame him. I don't blame. And people feel that as well. Like, bro, hey, we need to get this done. Like, this is a time constraint. Hey, pop, 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 pop. Right? And that makes you a trustworthy person as well. Because now you reflect that to your client. Because it's nice to be friends with them. Of course, you have to be nice. But you also need to put them under pressure. Okay. And this is important with the service delivery. So we have the expectations being set. Okay. We have the expectations being set. Now, another principle is always, okay. So we have the expectations equals success. Okay. So set the expectations right, you will always have success. Always. This is just communication and being able to communicate what needs to be done and that it will be in their benefit and in their interest. That's how you get people to do something. If you tie the goal to it, right, then they will always agree, always. So tie the goal to it, always. Goal oriented. Now, when it comes to dealing with your clients, and I'm talking about this in general, they can be potential clients and they can be clients. Okay? It doesn't matter. Every single meeting that you have, every single meeting, okay, needs to have a clear agenda of what needs to be discussed, right? So every single meeting needs to have a clear agenda, right? So our AG, clear agenda. And what else? Deadlines. Deadlines. Clear agenda meaning, okay, what are we talking about today? And you always prepare. You always prepare. You always make sure that you have at least like 5 to 10 minutes that you prepare on what needs to be covered on the meeting, right? And you always put a deadline. This is the most important thing. Things don't get done randomly without any like time and date stuck to it. If there is no time and date for something, it doesn't exist. Even for your own goals and for yourself. If there is no time and date for it and no deadline, it doesn't exist. The reason why Elon Musk is able to accomplish this much is because he has a time constraint. He uses the Parkinson's law, right? Putting a time constraint on things forces your brain to think differently about getting to the goal and doing things faster, leveraging tech, leveraging people, leveraging strategic partnerships, what we talked about, right? Because we want fast results, right? Now, it's all about time constraint. People can't, literally, physically can't do things faster without putting a time constraint on. So whatever you do, whatever you want your clients to do, you always put a time and a date on it, right? So it would maybe like sound and be a little bit uncomfortable, but if there's no time and date, one, you can't organize, right? You don't like this is a form of setting expectations, right? And you you aren't leading. You don't express the leadership that you need to have, right? Of hey, like when can we get this done as fast as humanly possible? What I do, hey, I had this one client. We wanted to launch a webinar, okay? We want to launch a webinar, and he said, "Yeah, we will launch the webinar after a month." I said, "What the fuck you just say? A month? No, 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 no. A week. Let's do it in a week, man." No, 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 no. I told him, no, no, no. Let's get the work done in a day. So I went from 1 month to a day. Let's get the work done in a day, right? And they were like, whoa, 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 no, 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 it's not possible. Like, I said, okay, what do you actually have to do? Build a funnel, write some emails, create the slides, connect some random shit on Zapier together. That's it, right? He said, yeah, okay, a week. Now we went from 1 month to 1/3 of the whole thing to a week. Now a week was all of a sudden wildly acceptable by everyone. But when everyone agrees to it, that means that there's still some room, you know? So I said, okay, let's do everyone a week, yes, 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 week. Okay, cool. Let's do it in 3 days. And then some people started complaining again, and then okay, the sweet spot. Okay, what do we actually have to do? Everyone pull up your calendars. What was on their calendar? Fuck all. Yeah, and all of a sudden, the guy that's creating the content had to go on an international flight, you know, things all of a sudden, you know. Okay, international flight. How long is the flight? 9 hours. There we go. Congratulations. 9 hours, you're going to build the whole deck, this whole slice for the webinar. Congratulations. There you go. And this and this and this and this. You need a funnel. I have a template with a 40% opt-in rate. Use that. You can model that to the T. How long do you need for that? 30 minutes. Okay, block that in. Boom. Okay, boom, boom. And I start filling in their calendars with what needed to be needed to be done. Done in 3 days. Scheduled it in with in the empty spots of their calendar. I made them pull up their calendar. Talk about demanding, right? Talk about A-player stuff. But do they think that this guy is like being a dick and he's like, you know, he's stuck up and he's just irritating? Or do they think like, okay, yeah, that's exactly what I would expect working with a guy like this? More pressure, you know, putting a time constraint on things, challenging me to get things done faster, you know, launch faster, do things better. When people talk about service delivery, okay, they talk about, yeah, okay, do the onboarding and then just take your time with everything, right? And just do this, bro, like the Iman Gadzhi and all these people, right? They don't tell you this. This is the most important. This is 80%, is this. Meetings, Prepare for the meetings 10 minutes, set the agenda, what needs to be covered, and put a time and deadline on it. That's it. Always leave with a time and a date for every single task, also for yourself and for your clients. When they say, yeah, yeah, I will get that done. Okay, okay, okay. Let's put a time and a date on it. Let's put a time constraint on that. Yeah, I think I'm then done, and they will always give themselves a buffer, right? I'll get that done by Sunday. Why? Why Sunday? Like, can you genuinely tell me why? Why is? Can you tell me it's like physically impossible with the laws of physics that you can get it done tonight or tomorrow at the latest? Yeah, okay, let's break it down in first principle. What needs to be done? Okay, like I need this and this and this from you. Yeah, that's 1 hour. Do you have 1 hour? Yes. Okay, yeah, let's get it done. Let's move fast. And you put them on the what? You challenge your clients. I challenge my clients every single time. You need to challenge them like you challenge yourself to get things done faster. Sometimes I'm really thinking like, okay, the last webinar that I did, how fast can I get the slides done? If I only had 20 minutes to get the slides done, what would I do? Uh, I would leverage ChatGPT, I would leverage tech, I would model my previous webinars. I would do this. Okay, boom, time constraint. Put it in there, and you truly need to believe in the time constraint. Everyone in the meeting, your client and everyone needs to believe in the time constraint. That's why you schedule things in, right? And you hold them accountable. You hold them accountable, and you can even articulate these things before they even buy from you. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's a good thing.
Yep.
With the versions of how you was previously before you get to know me, right? Before you got to know me,
Mhm.
you would never even put, excuse me, Milky, put your balls on the table to be able to express this to another person, right? It's hard, but you need to become a savage almost, you know? So they perceive you different, like, okay, Milky Christian, like, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I'll get it done. Sorry, you know? Damn. But that's needed to get to another level. It's like they're coming into your team. Eh? Let's say you guys are the Lakers, right? Do you think you're going to play in the league and your teammates won't pressure you to perform? Watch, you will be on the bench quick, right? So you have to put your teammates under pressure because you guys have the same goal. They can slack. They need to be fast. You guys have the same goal. That's why they need to do that. Force them to do things faster. Now, let me tell you a quick story about Elon Musk, right? Like there is a he had this rocket called Falcon 9. Okay? Falcon 9. And there was literally no material to be able to build that rocket that didn't even exist on planet Earth yet, you know? And he would tell his engineering team and mathematicians and all that stuff, said, yeah, I want this rocket to be done. We need to populate Mars and this and that. He has a big vision, right? And he said, yeah, yeah, it's all good. We will do the calculations. They went back, did calculations, came back. They told him, yeah, it will take us 10 years. Elon Musk said, what? 10 years? Nah, 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 nah. You guys get 6 months. From 10 years, you guys get 6 months to get it done. And they were like looking at Elon like, bro, is this guy like is this guy going against math and physics? You know, is this guy crazy or what? And he was like, no, no, no. You guys will get it done, or I will get someone else, another team, that will get it done, right? And he was like, okay, yeah, yeah, we'll get it done. We'll try. And now they were forced, because of the time constraint, to get it done faster. They were forced to do it. You know, you know what and what time they got it done? Guess. Guess.
3 months.
Milky?
8 months.
8 months.
Oh,
They got it done in 8 months. So from 10 years, because they thought that they would like build um, uh, prototypes, you know, like build new rockets, break them down, build new rockets, build new rockets, build till they get the right iteration. See, adjust the rockets and everything. And you know how they accomplished it? By creating a video game. So by creating a video game and using the real substances and gravitation bullshit and all this in a simulation video game to be able to test it. Now, they wouldn't come up with that if they hadn't put the time constraint on it. See? So with the time constraint, it forces your brain to go about different solutions to accomplish your goal faster. Because if you had to do it, like you will get something done. If I tell you right now, hey, make 1 million in 3 months, or make 1 million by the end of the year, give me a percentage of how probable that is. Okay, yeah, 30%, 50%. Okay, what if your family has a gun to their head in Ecuador? You guys would do whatever it takes, man. Leverage 1,000 media buyers, you know,
yeah,
to
sure.
convince this guy to give you the money.
Of course.
See how far you would go to make that happen? That's the difference. But you need to bring yourself to that specific point where, what if I had to do it? What if I had to do it? And then really imagine a gun to your head or to your family's head. And you will come up with like things that, like even the most like courageous thing, because people don't even think about the most courageous thing or different options, right? They don't even go there. But now you know what the most courageous thing is that you would do. So the world is always built by unreasonable people. Unreasonable people built this world. Unreasonable people make things happen. That's why Elon Musk puts unreasonable time constraints on things to get things done faster. I told the guys, hey, 30 days for a webinar? No, we do it in a day. And now we brought it to 3 days. Done. So when it comes to service delivery, you set the expectations. This is one. Right with your clients. Like, you won't know exactly what expectations you would need at the start. You will always do your best with everything that you need. Like what they can expect in communication, service delivery, reporting back, this and that, right? And outcomes. Now, the second thing is always pressure. The reason why we are able to accomplish big things and make more money is because we add more pressure to the situation. We try to become Elon Musk because if they want to grow, because they're giving you money to grow, if you want to grow your income and you want to change your income, you need to change as a person. So you need to make sure that they, like the higher, the more money you get, the less oxygen there is. So even though it is uncomfortable for you as well, right? Your job is to make them feel uncomfortable. That's literally your job. Oh yeah, we're putting out one piece of content a week right now. What's keeping you from putting out three? Yeah, yeah, we can just batch record for one day for the whole week, right? What do you actually need? Can you break it down with the laws of physics that it's not possible to do 3 videos instead of one? And then you will see that, oh yeah, I can actually do this, and I just need one more edit. Like, we can find the editor if we walk outside here. Literally, right? So these are the 2 things, okay, that are extremely important. These are the foundational things. Expectations, set them right. And pressure by doing what? Putting a time constraint on everything. Even when it comes to talking to your clients. When you have a meeting of 30 minutes, keep it 30 minutes. Be as concise and clear, and don't, like, your communication doesn't need to be like around the straight to the point communication. Make sure that your message is so like constrained that you have to force yourself to use different words almost, to be to be able to make things happen, right? In that time constraint. Now, that's how you challenge yourself, right? So time constraint. Now, and then you always challenge your clients. Challenge them. I always challenge my clients to take more risk and to get things done faster, right? You challenge your clients. I challenge them to spend more. I challenge them to put out more content. I challenge them to go on more podcasts. I challenge them to get the webinar faster, done faster. I challenge them to do everything faster, better, you know, spend more on ads, do this, do that. Can you get the logins and this and that? Can you do that? Can you do that right now? Oh yeah, yeah, get it. Oh yeah, I first have to do this and then okay, what time are you back at home? Okay, 7. Okay, that means do you have like 30 minutes to do that? And can you get it to me by 7:30? Yeah, I will see. I need to be sure. Sorry. I need to be sure. 7:30 because I have a schedule as well. Yeah, okay, I'll get that. That's how you need to get them, right? And this is energy. Like, this is how you need, like, do you see how it ties back to your personality? Because money is like, it's 85% personality. It's 15% skill. Okay. Service delivery is dealing with your clients 80% of the time. The rest is like, you do your service delivery things, right? But if you don't have this, if you don't have these foundations, which is 80% of service delivery, you're done. You're done. Like, all the other things doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how skilled you are. Doesn't matter how good you are at funnels, how good you are at emails. It doesn't matter. Like, they will always out leverage you, right? So how do you communicate this and how you hold this frame, right? Because this is essentially frame, right? How do you hold this frame and have this be part of your personality, you know? Like, you have to be able to, I said, go to the video where you have the identity shifting. But secondly, you want to hold this frame in every single interaction from the sales call, right? Even before they hop on, before they join. you articulate time constraint, you articulate things being done fast, right? You articulate expectations. Like, I need to do this, I need to have this. If we like, expectations is also financial modeling, right? Doing a financial model, because on a sales call, we do what? We always do a financial model. Always. Like, this is the best practice. Like, you can't close a client without a financial modeling. Financial modeling allows you to do what? Raise certainty. Certainty goes up. You remove randomness, right? And clients always sign up when there's certainty. So if you have the financial model, you determine what? You determine the KPIs, and you determine what it would take in video views, ad spend, whatever, to be able to hit the financial goal that you guys have set, right? Now, that's an expectation, and that's also a character trait, because now you did the financial model with them, and now they understand, like, okay, this is the expectation, this is the goal, this needs to be happen on a daily basis to be able to hit that goal. Okay, I have more certainty. You speak in a way where there is no hesitation in your voice, right? You're not soft spoken, and no, tell them exactly what needs to happen. Like, this needs to happen if we want to hit that specific goal. This and pop, 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 pop. Set the expectation, set a deadline, set a time, right? If we want to do that in set time, we need to do this. Time constraint. Hey, we need to get this done. We need to launch in this day. Can we make it happen? Boom. And then you challenge them. Okay, yeah, we can launch it in 30 days. No, we launch in a week, right? This is what needs to happen. Pop, 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 pop. Do things fast, 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 fast. That is the behavior that you need to adopt, right? Willingness to do things fast. Like, you need to move with speed every single time. Speed needs to be part of you. You want to do things fast. You want to move fast every single time. Even when you talk to them, articulate speed. Okay, boom. Okay, I need to go, need to bounce. I have something else to do. Okay, boom. When? Okay, boom. Tap. Okay, boom. Yeah, fast. Fast, speed, speed, speed. Can I get it now? Everything now. Everything now. You need to treat things like a hot potato, man. Like, I call it the hot potato, right? You want to get tasks and little things out of the way fast. Like, if you need little things, be fast with it, right? Like, it's almost that you have like OCD or something. It's really weird, but you need to become like that. Okay? Willingness to move with speed. Moving with speed is everything, and they need to feel that. Okay? Now, what I do to articulate this on a sales call as well, and you can choose to do it. You can choose to do it, but always, like, when I want people to make a decision, I put a time constraint on it. I tell them, like, I understand that you need to think about it or something, but can you give me an answer by 7? You know, just a yes or no, just so I know, right? So we can move on and move further. Like, every single piece of information that you would need in between is, I will send it to you. Hopefully I sent enough before the call even occurs, because we talked about that sales assets and selling them before the call. Now, if you need some additional information, please tell me. But let's make a decision before 7 so that we move with speed, right? And now they understand that, okay, now this person, he sets the expectation. He wants to move with speed. He puts pressure on me already. Like, I even tell clients, and this is something that you can take over from me as well, is that if it would take you like weeks or a week, or you need 2 weeks to think about it, if you would take that long to do something as simple as a decision, to make something to do something that is so minuscule as just saying yes or no, man, I don't even know if we can move fast enough when we start working together, actually, you know? Because my best deals, man, they move with speed. They move with speed, right? They make decisions fast. That's all what I'm about. I'm about speed, man. So we need to adopt. So our relationship starts today. Even if you haven't bought yet, you will feel the pressure from the point of contact that we had today. So I'm putting a time constraint on. Please, just do you understand? Yes. Okay. Can you do it? Can you do it in like before 7? Just give me a decision. Everything you need, or we recorded the call. You can share it with your spouse. You can share it with your business partner. But just let's get it done fast. You know, let's move with speed, because after that, man, we need to move even faster. You making decisions slow and stuff, like, we can't have this in our relationship. You understand that, right? Yes, I understand. Okay, boom. They hop off the call. Hey, I like this guy, or I like this woman. She's like really fast. I see how we can make it happen with this teams, with this A player on my team. Does that make sense? And everyone, 99.999% of people lack that. And it all stems from your willingness to walk away. See? And you being fully transparent with how you need to behave to be able to produce something like 50, 100 grand. Without these characteristics, right, you will never be able to hit large numbers. Never, ever in your entire life. I can tell you right now. If you're scared to challenge people, to make people feel uncomfortable by putting time constraints on it, setting them under pressure, putting a time and a date on everything you do, everything, just catch yourself. If you put a time constraint on something that you didn't do, that you're about to do, or that you want your clients to do, catch yourself every single time, because this is a habit, putting time constraints on things, right? This is a habit that you need to adopt. If you won't do this, I'm telling you, like, you will be leveraged out of the deal so fast. People won't look at you as a compatible teammate, that okay, this person will get us there. Like, I can see. It's like a sports team that like gets LeBron on their team almost. LeBron will come in and shout on everyone to perform. Does that make sense? That's exactly how you need to be with your clients and with their teams. And it's okay, guys, bro, they feel your presence. Okay, let's get this done fast. But leadership, you leading your client. Client, sit down. Sit down. Like, this is how you need to be. Like, you guys are all sweet people. Like, nice. That's good for your family. But if you want to get into business, you need to stand on business, man. There's no emotion. There's no, nah, man. That's you win or you don't win. You have to be relentless, right? Relentless. That's the main character trait, being relentless. So literally write that down. Now, I'm going to, on the next training, I'm going to break down a little bit more about the service delivery on the tactical side, because this is, I'm telling you, this is 85% of your service delivery. 85%. Does that make sense? Do you see why? Because, for example, the Ishmael guy that I talked about, great guy. He delivers results and everything. But he didn't have this. He didn't challenge. He didn't put time constraints. And he didn't set the expectations with his client. And the client just bossed him around. No, I won't give you the logins to my email software. No. What? If they tell me that, hey, I drop you, man. I fire you as a client immediately, man. But you see that he was lacking this, all of this. So he can't get results for his client. So that's why it is 85%. Now, when it comes to our service delivery, okay, that's something that I need you guys to understand before we hop off, and then we ask questions. Service delivery is literally, you have the client, the client of the client, right? The consumer that watches the content, okay? They watch the content, and everything from the person watching the content till the close, that's us. That's us. So every single step from people watching the video. So your client, they focus on what? They focus on content, and they focus on fulfillment. Okay? That's what they do. And us, what we do is everything in between. Like, what do they need? They need a landing page. They need a VSL on the landing page. They need copy, right? They need copy on the landing page. They need a thank you page. What do they need? They need emails, right? They need emails. And then they probably need a setter. They need a closer, right? To close the deals. And these are the things that we do. We make sure that everything when it comes to client acquisition, we take care of it. Like this, literally running their business. We are running their coaching business and doing everything when it comes to client acquisition. The whole client acquisition, that's us. From them watching the video till the close, that's us. Literally client acquisition, right? That's what we do. Now, they call it being an operator or a growth operator. Hey, if you call me, hey, I will slap you, literally. But they always put a name. They always slap a name on different unique mechanisms to sell you on a specific thing. But man, even my mentors do it. This and that. Like it's been around and everyone does it. Everyone, right? Is literally running their coaching business. But they do the content and they do the fulfillment. Everything in between is on you. And you can ask 10%, even up to 30% of the revenue share plus a retainer, right? Depending on your confidence and certainty levels and your willingness to make it work with the client, right? And that's how you do it. You do this for these people, okay? Because they don't have a clue, especially if you're going after the niches, the weird niches, right? And also in specific cases where you might know someone, in your network. Your mom might know someone, your dad might know a friend or whatever that need someone like this, or that is teaching people to do specific business model. You can have a rev share only. Like you don't have to put a retainer on it from the beginning, right? But you just look at it and see what fits, okay? But this is important to understand. Everything between this and this, qualifications, money in, that's you. And you take a percentage of their business. And then you have the financial model, right? For example, in Ismail's case, like his goal, like he gets 15%, and his goal was to get 15 grand off of that relationship, right? And he got 15% here, 50%, and he wanted to make 15 grand, 15K. So he needed to make his client how much? 100 grand, right? 100K a month. So he wants to get paid 15K a month from that specific relationship. So you always do the math that way. And then what does he need? Like he needs 4 clients. He needs this 4 times to be able to hit his goal of 60K a month, right? So he needs to do this year for clients 4 times. For 4 clients. That's it. And he makes 60 bands. Like this is just the foundations of things. But we will go more in depth about the tactical side of things when it comes to this, from watching till the close. But this is literally, I'm telling you, 50% of the service delivery. If you get this right, you're good. This you can always figure out as a problem for later. But that will be on the next training though. Cool. Any questions?
Well,
Straightforward?
um, well, yeah, it was straightforward, but I just want to know, what if like maybe you don't service the delivery like good and the client is not happy at all? How do you actually handle this?
Like there's always a reason, right?
Yeah.
If you do whatever you needed to do, doesn't turn out right, you've actually
Mhm.
done your best. You've leveraged tech. Written the right copy. You have written the emails as frequently as possible. Follow the SOPs. You train the closers every single day. You manage all the numbers right. You can see what the constraints are in their business. And either way, hey, do you like you need to be on top of it to fix it and communicate it back to the client as well. So it all comes down to communication. See? So when things
Mhm.
go bad, there's always a reason. You look at the funnel statistics, what's broken, and you mutually, because you're both trying to win, because you have an upside as well,
Yeah.
you mutually try to figure out a solution. This is what I suggest is the action that we want to take. Okay, you agree on it? If you agree on it, we go.
Okay.
Done. You guys are teammates.
Yeah.
That's how you need to see it. Like your perspective is you being at one side of the table and your client at the other, you know? But nah, bro.
Hmm.
Like, hey, bro, this is the problem. Let's fix it. This is the time. This is the constraint. Let's fix it.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
But it's on you to go through hell and back to make it work. Through hell and back. That's really like you concentrate. Like the reason why we don't work with too many people, with a handful of people, because we're trying to build a strong relationship with that client and literally go through fire for them, you know? And they need to see it, they need to feel it, they need to smell it on you.
Mm.
And they will sense it, bro. There you go, right? So no, I think that's that. That's that. Do you guys have any other questions though?
Yeah, that was my only question.
Was
Yeah.
good. Good. Was good training though? Up to the
Yeah.
next one.